Hello, it's Mike Levin, Monday, November 23rd, and I am doing an unboxing video of my just purchased Microsoft Surface Pro 4. That's the keyboard and cover. This is a case I got for it, and this is the box. So let me get out my old faithful Swiss Tech box opener, and let's see, may not be necessary. There's that little tab there. I got the 128 gigabyte i5 model, essentially the entry level that they advertise for $8.99 or $9.99. Usually ends up being $9.99, and then it's another 100 something, 130 I think for this, which is very important because it definitely turns it into the kind of device that you need. So it's got some decent packaging, and boy, first thought is you pick that up and it's nice. I hear it's a magnesium case, so keep it out of crashing airplanes, because like a magnesium bicycle, magnesium is magnesium. Wonderful lightweight metal. I guess they couldn't go with aluminum for fear of copying Apple. Apple has the intellectual copyright, seemingly, on aluminum cases, so Microsoft went with magnesium. And it's got camera on both sides. That's good. This will probably be a good Skyping platform. But most importantly for me, I am finally upgrading from doing my videos using this stylus, doing these cramped little videos on my Note. Good, it's still recording. Using this stylus here. On this little thing, when I was really aching to use a stylus like this on something like this. And that's what this is all about. This is my early Hanukkah gift to myself, to get myself onto the platform that I've been itching to be on. And why not the iPad Pro with the Apple Pencil, I guess they call it? Well, I have to say that it's two things. First, it's going to be what you see when I put this keyboard on. I like this configuration, this kickstand, which you already saw here. It's cleverly designed into the case, like the kickstand. I like it going from tablet to desktop. And you got to think of it as desktop and not laptop, because this is not a very laptop friendly, in the technical sense, configuration. Who's going to put this kickstand configuration on their lap? This is really meant to open out and to be on tables. Guess I need my old faithful. Doink. All right. Always think twice before doing what I just did, for fear of cutting product on the inside. But sometimes you just got to do it. I dropped something. It's nothing important. Okay. And here we have this just stunningly well-designed keyboard that clips on like that. And now you have something that goes down into this very nice, I guess I got to get it away from that desk, which is the same color. It sort of, that slate of that top just blends in. So, you know, you go like this, you go like this, and you lift out the kickstand. And that is how the Surface Pro, I guess the whole line worked, but let's power up. This is the 4. The keyboard has now gotten up to a satisfactory level for me on what a good feeling keyboard should be like. I've been a keyboard snob for many, many years, using only the IBM Model M style Unicomp buckling spring keyboards, but it's pretty loud and obnoxious, and you don't want to use those when you are working somewhere. So I got myself to switch to the DOS Keyboard Silent Pro, which isn't really that silent, by the way. And that's what I use day to day when I'm on a PC. But I do have to say, these low profile keyboards that the Mac made so popular are a pleasure to type on when done well. I am a fan. So the keyboard from the Surface 3 didn't quite feel this good, and it kept me from going that direction for myself. But now, it feels good, and the time is right. English. So it doesn't work like that? That's silly. What do we do? Okay, it's mouse. Boink. English, United States. We are Eastern Time. Okay, so the two-finger vertical scroll works. That's very nice. Being a regular Mac user, you get spoiled with the multi-finger gestures that I figure is a lot like the intellectual property protected Apple stuff that Microsoft and others try and steer clear of. Anyway, pen setup. Press and hold the top button for 5 seconds to enter pairing mode. That feels like 5 seconds. What, do I let go, or do I wait for it to say it's done setting up the device? I think that was well 5 seconds, so I let go. Your device is connected. Hooray! Pairing was successful. Try these features later. Single click for one note, double click for a screen snapshot, click and hold to activate Cortana. Now I'll try next. Much better. Pick a network. This is not the Wi-Fi you were looking for. And this back. Skip this step. Get going fast. Changes in use express settings. Why not? Made you wait long enough to discover that you don't have to have Wi-Fi. And let's see. And I'll set a password later. I guess while that's going, I'll show you. Here's the difference between the two styluses of the Note 5, Samsung Galaxy Note 5, and the Microsoft Surface Pro 4. Pretty much the entry-level model. The one that they advertise for around $8.99 or $9.99. But then once you get this, it's up around the $1,200, $1,300 range. Setting up your apps. I guess all of this would probably be smarter to do with an actual internet connection, but you know, Microsoft, I'm sure, has this tested through 100 different scenarios, 1,000 different scenarios, and we'll be able to get whatever auto updates I might be missing out on. I'm sure they're going to want to try and get me to register. So I guess while it's going through, this won't take long. I will point out some things. This is very much in the spirit of a MacBook trackpad. There's no particular place for buttons, so I presume that just clicking down on this, which it does feel like it's correct, is the button. And there we have Windows 10. And I'll go right for Fresh Paint, which I know is one of those things that's going to show off this, which is what a lot of this is about. Fresh paint just got better. Let's get started. New. Fresh canvas. Any old brush. I don't know. I'll start out with a pencil. Looks a little bit light. Let's go to ink. Yeah, that's a little more, I guess, what we're looking for. Is this your color picker? Where's your color picker? Okay, red, bright red. Drawing in red. And I presume I'm going to be able to find software like the Screen Quarter. I might end up using Camtasia Studio and using the, the Premiere Deluxe version of screencast software, and then just choose whatever software I want to do my videos. And then I, start with a blank page. I'll probably get very familiar with the keyboard shortcuts for jumping between screens. I don't think I have more than one screen yet, but there's all of these features now in Windows to handle virtual screens, just like Macs have had forever and Unix has had forever. But that's going to be a lot of fun. I'm also looking forward to Windows 10, which seems to take the best of what used to be, I guess, Windows 8 or Metro, the best of, which wasn't much in my opinion, but put it in where it belongs in the start bar. Everyone said you just have to think of Metro like the start bar. So Windows 10 said, hey, let's make all that stuff part of the start bar and leave them with that familiar environment that people feel kind of, cut off from their abilities if they don't see that as the primary user interface. Here they're trying to offer me Office 365 free to try it out for probably, a year. I'm just going to X out of that. But there you have it. The Microsoft, I want to get my terminology right because I've called it, mixed up the words before. The Microsoft Surface Pro 4. This is the one with the i5 processor, 128 gigabytes, 4 gigabytes of RAM. There's probably a better version, but there's a considerable price difference between the 128 gigabyte version and the 256 gigabyte version. And it's not even the high end. The high end here, I believe, are i7 processors, but those things are just, $3,000–4,000. I wouldn't feel right carrying something around like this that was $3,000 or $4,000. It's kind of bad enough that this is in the $1,000 range, but that's not too much different than a MacBook Air, which I'm used to using. But now I'm going to have this fun thing, has a place for it to go, and this is going to be the feeling of, I believe, the next several years. I'll get a good 2 years out of this as my primary workstation at home, on the go, or at the office. So it's kind of like a symbolic beginning of a new chapter of my career as I get ready to go be the SEO on one of the largest software companies in the world, which is successfully making the transition to the whole cloud-based world that we're in. And I'm getting the idea that I'm exactly this type of developer that they're trying to reach out to. So you got an idea for something, to a piece of software to appeal to a particular market segment, and you can do it better than anyone else, and you have to piece it together now from the different pieces out there. And one of the most important pieces to consider is all that infrastructure, that cloud infrastructure stuff that, once it's built, it can be sold as software as a service, but until it's built, it's being marketed or sold as a platform as a service so that people will find it and build software out of it. And I've been looking forward to something like this for a long, long time. I guess ever since I was part of Commodore Computers and thought that I was, teaming up with, incredible, winners. I completely imagined that the day I would be looking at hardware like this, it would be coming from Commodore and not Microsoft. But it just shows you what really tremendous, competitive pressures can do. Even what the Commodore people thought of as mediocre can in time become really, really sexy and appealing and useful and everyday productive. But now today, I'm aligning myself with a lot of winners, people who can reinvent themselves and make themselves into exactly what they need to be, just on the basis of superior a product that will win out in the end, appeal to developers, appeal to end users, and always be a fruitful and productive and satisfying platform to be on. So thanks for joining me. Hope to talk to you again soon, and don't forget to subscribe.